Welcome back to the 9th episode of the Dan and Tyler Show. I am Dan. This is Tyler.
What's up, dude? How's it
What's
going?
up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. Episode 9. We're moving right along here, chugging right along.
9th week we've done this.
Yeah,
we took was it last week or 2 weeks ago off?
Took 2 weeks off. We were here last week. The
2
show
weeks ago.
bombed, but we were here. But we're bouncing back. We're here. We're going to keep showing up, man.
Yes, sir.
Putting in the work. Before we get to today's guests, I wanted to make sure I gave a special announcement again to our sponsor for the rest of this calendar year. That is none other than Nashville Lawn Services, also known as Nashville Lawn Maintenance. Tom provides a lot of landscaping and snow removal needs to the local Nashville area. Give him a call, and he will be more than happy to provide you with a quote and take care of anything you need in your lawn.
Yep.
With that said,
His number is 603-888-6594. Again, 603-888-6594.
see, I didn't do that because I didn't memorize the number.
I did.
I apologize.
I definitely didn't look at it.
No, definitely not. But yeah, so give Tom a call. He's a great guy, as you know, and he'll take good care of you.
Yes, you will.
And make sure you tell him Tyler and Dan sent you, or Dan and Tyler. And also, please make sure you subscribe, like, and smash that bell, because we want to make sure we get to you guys the content as quickly as possible.
Yep.
So with that said, let's get right into today's episode. And our guest is none other than Chris.
Hello.
Hi, Chris.
How's it going?
This is Chris Kennedy.
Chris with a
for
C.
those, yes, Chris with a C to be exact.
Mm-hmm.
For
Those K Chris's are a different breed, man. Watch out for him.
Yeah.
Well, Chris Kringle's pretty cool.
He is, yeah. Except when he gives you coal, but
Yeah.
that's your own problem if you get that. So.
But anyways, man, thank you very much for coming on today. I think I speak for both of us when I say we're honored to have you here. We appreciate you making the trek up. And
Yeah.
Chris,
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
Where are you from again? Or I know where you're from, but where do you live right now?
I currently reside in Boston. For those of you listening that are familiar with the area, I technically live in Everett. Which some of you will say is just Casino Boston, but
only in the news.
yeah.
Well, that's okay. I live in Manch, Vegas. But
True.
for those who don't know Chris, he's a music producer.
Mm-hmm.
You're a writer too.
I'm an audio engineer, songwriter. I do it all.
Yeah.
I'm an independent artist as well.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And yeah, obviously listened to you over the years, and you're the real deal.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about your company that you work for currently.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Red 13?
Red 13. So currently at Red 13 Studios, producer, engineer, songwriter there. Work with so many different people, whether it's like people that make like Afro beats or a lot of hip hop artists, rappers, pop singers, the whole 9 yards. I even got a guy I do like some hip hop country stuff with. And he was doing it before Lil Nas X.
Okay.
I will say that.
I was gonna say.
And I showed him Lil Nas X when that came out, and he was like, "Man, I told you I was onto something." He's, yeah, I love that guy.
So do you give any like career guidance advice to some of your clients?
I just try to help people kind of like find their sound. Usually they kind of know what they're doing when they come in, but sometimes I've occasionally had people come in and they're like, I don't really know even where to begin. I wrote lyrics, and I'm like, okay, well, like, sing me what you think the song sounds like, and then they can sing me something, and then I kind of take it from there. I can like design the instrumental and stuff like around their lyrics, or sometimes they'll even be like, oh, I have like something like I a couple of times I've had people bring me totally written out with all like the chords and stuff, and they're maybe even like a demo already, and they're just like, I just need this kind of cooler sounds or more professional sounding, and I help them out and
Nice.
get them where they need to go.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good stuff. So you went to UMass Lowell, correct?
I did
4 years.
4 years.
There? Nice.
Yep.
My uncle actually went there. He was actually a sound engineer as well. And
No way, dude.
currently he lives in Las Vegas. He is like he runs, I don't know if you ever heard of the Wynn Hotel, but he does like all of the production for the shows over there.
That's
And,
that's like a really good, like, if I wanted to go the live sound route, I would totally try and get like an in-house like gig for like whether it's like the
Encore
Royale or
or-
like Encore or something, like, because that is probably like the best of the best in terms of consistency you can get in our field
yeah,
for like work.
he loves it. Too.
Yeah.
That's really cool that you went there.
Yeah.
He's been
How'd
out there
you
for a
like
while,
it?
right?
What was that?
He's been out there for a while.
I think 7 years.
'Cause you went there when you were a
Plus.
kid.
Yeah. Honestly, probably. Oh, no, you know what? He's probably been there for about 10 years, maybe 14 years.
He went from 7 to 10 to 14.
Yep. Around there. So the more I think of it, I realize I'm 26 years old, and I went there probably when I was like 14.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Probably. Hey, I've never been to Vegas, so
No?
even if you go to Vegas when you're 14, it's still an experience.
It still counts.
You just aren't allowed on the casino floor.
Yeah.
Correct.
I was allowed to walk by it and see it.
Yeah, you're allowed to smell the cigs and stuff coming from there.
Yeah,
Super that
definitely
way.
a different experience. I felt like I was in a Chinese restaurant.
Awesome.
Anyway, no, it was a good time. We went to the Grand Canyon and stuff. It was quite the experience. But
That's great.
so you went there 4 years. How did you like it over at UMass
Yeah, how did you like it?
Loved it, man. Loved it. I wouldn't have traded it for the world. I remember like in high school I applied to. I basically like kind of had a pretty good idea. I was like, I want to be a music producer. Like,
Okay.
I didn't even really fully understand what like an engineer was at the time. Nobody even really understands what it is. Like, I have to really explain people what I do all the time whenever I meet them. But
What do you do?
the schools that
I'm kidding.
the schools that had like audio engineering, music production programs all just happened to be like NYU, USC, Northeastern, like obviously Berkeley. And my guidance counselor straight up was just like, yeah, your grades aren't that good. And I was just like, oh yeah, well maybe like you never know. And I applied to Ithaca and UMass Lowell also.
Ithaca's
I got
a
into
nice
those
college.
two. It was. I enjoyed it when I toured it. Ithaca, funny. I didn't get into the audio engineering program there, and when I did my audition or whatever, they needed me to send them like a video or whatever, and but they basically said in my rejection letter, they're just like, maybe you should apply undecided, like wink wink, and I was just like, okay, so then I like called them. It said to call, so I was like, I want to reapply undecided, and they were like, okay, and then the next day mail, I got my acceptance like
Really?
package. It was kind of funny. It was just like, I've never heard, like, that's the weird thing about what, like, when I was in high school applying for music schools is you have to apply to the school and the music school. And you can apply to the school regular decision, but the music school deadlines is all, like, basically early decision.
Yep.
So I have to send them my, like, videos of me, like, playing or, like, a
December.
piece or, like, a portfolio or whatever. Every school wanted something else, like, in November. And then I was actually applying in, like, January, February, I forget. But it was just kind of funny that way. But UMass Lowell was the opposite. You had to get into the school and then apply for the music school.
Okay.
So I got into UMass Lowell like 2 weeks after applying. Then I selected my audition date. I did like the latest one. It was like a week after my Berkeley one, if I remember correctly. It went really well. Then yeah, I mean the guy who I was auditioning with loved me. I took the drums out of a song I made, like one of my beats I made. And like I started like drumming along to it, and the guy I remember was just like nodding his head like that. I was just like, I got this in the bag. Let's go. Like as soon as I saw him like nodding his head, I was just like, I'm a shoo-in.
Nice.
So that's good stuff.
Yeah, it was a good time.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now you work in Boston, so
I do.
it's pretty good stuff.
You live in Everett. Where do you work out of though? In Boston.
So I got a couple different gigs right now. My main one being Red 13, where I'm a producer, engineer, songwriter. I also do audio for broadcast for Boston College for the sports.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you really?
So yeah,
That's sick.
It's fun. So like, there's a bunch of us. We're all like freelancers. Ironically, most of us went to UMass Lowell.
Okay.
So it's kind of funny that BC and UMass Lowell are in the same league. So
Yeah, conference,
oftentimes there are games of BC versus UMass Lowell, and we all joke.
Especially
We're just like,
hockey.
oh, beat them. Yeah, especially hockey. So it's pretty fun.
Nice.
Like there was actually in the last spring, I think UMass Lowell like totally obliterated BC. Like came back, like scored like 3 goals or something when they were down like 1-3 or something, and everyone was. I remember like everyone was just like no, and I was like yes. Yeah, like whether they have me like kind of like throwing the mics down and like testing them and just making sure nothing goes wrong, or whether I'm actually like mixing the broadcast, like I do it all. Just like we all kind of like switch roles and stuff. It just depends like who's needed where
That's sweet.
for like
Yeah.
what sport and stuff. But it's awesome.
Was that stressful?
So it's different than a studio because a studio is like, oh, you fudged up that take and just go again. Oh, sorry, keep it PG. If you fudged up that take, like just take it again. But broadcast, it's live. Sometimes our streams are always going to the BC website, but sometimes they're going to Nessun or ESPN.
Yep.
If it's like a really big football game, it's going to like NBC or something like that. But that's very rare. But anyway, it's live, so
Yeah, I would be.
you can't mess up anything.
I mean, I get stressed on this podcast.
Yeah,
I can
right?
imagine how you feel.
You do?
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course I do.
Pretty easy to leaving that, but
That's why we do it. Is it your 5th beer? No.
third, fourth, no, it's my second. Okay, relax. The funniest thing that's happened to BC when I was there was it was a hockey game. My buddy Adam, he is the head audio engineer for the broadcast. He basically just like orchestrates everything. He's the one that tells me, he's like, all right, I'm gonna have these mics here and like go place them and like I'll call you to test them, etc. So
Sure.
he had a mic on the student section, and I told him, as soon as he said he was doing that, I was like, are you sure? And he was like, we have this process we do called like gating, which is like the mic is only on when it's receiving a loud enough input. And so he said that it's the cowbell mic because there's a kid who was hitting a cowbell right in front of the mic. Like imagine like right here, right in front of the microphone, like ding, 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 like hitting a cowbell.
And it's picking up on it.
Yeah, so and he went down and he like clapped in front of it, like about as loud as a cowbell would be. And he set it so that you would only hear what's coming through the microphone when a cowbell's hitting. So I guess the student section got so loud and we're swearing. So we got a text from Nesson for that hockey game that said, "Hey, we hear swears, like a lot of them. Can you do something about that, like now?" And then my buddy, not even Adam, was like mixing, and I was kind of shadowing him because I was like about to like start doing that too. And my friend was just like, "Uh-oh," like he was looking for like the fader for the student section, and then they were like, "Yeah, they just texted us again. There's still hearing swears, and like we're like less than 30 seconds away from an FTC fine." And so,
Oh, jeez.
or FCC, whatever it is. So it's just mute it altogether. And I was like,
Really?
well, student section privileges revoked, I guess. So, like,
Yeah, that's stressful.
I was like, I warned you, man. I remember our hockey games at UMass Lowell.
Yeah, right?
We would say some messed up things. I don't think it'd be okay for TV.
And did you do any BC basketball games as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
done that.
It's a nice campus. You and I went down there for a basketball game.
It's
one time.
beautiful.
Yeah, what was your buddy's name? Isaiah?
No, Caleb Joseph.
Caleb Joseph.
He's overseas right now, playing overseas.
Where?
Ooh, good question. Somewhere in Europe. I don't know.
He was
where.
good. Didn't he dunk?
Yeah, I remember he threw it down.
And he was like,
He was
my
a
height.
freshman. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
He's probably about your height.
Yeah.
Is there
I don't know
basketball?
how old he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's 6'1".
He went to Syracuse out of Nashua and got a
he
scholarship.
transferred?
And he transferred.
You used to coach him, right? In
Yeah.
the
I mean,
Wolverines?
In the loosest term.
I didn't even know this about like college until I got to BC, but all these kids are like going from D1 school to D. They're always like kind of moving around.
Yeah, they hop
It
around a
seems
lot
like.
because they want to get playing time. So.
Yeah, exactly.
He was at Syracuse. He played a ton his freshman year because the kid got hurt.
Oh wow.
So he ended up starting earlier than he was supposed to.
Mhm.
And then he transferred to Creighton, actually, because the guy after him started more than him. So he ended up going to Creighton, finishing out there, and he had a great career at Creighton. And now he's playing overseas in Europe, and I'm not sure what league he's in.
Mhm.
I do follow him on social, and I kind of keep track of him and see how he's doing. But he's doing an awesome job. He does a whole summer training program with a bunch of kids, and
Nice.
he's doing great work. So it's cool. But we went to a game to see. We saw Syracuse versus BC. I think my mom got me tickets for my birthday.
Yeah.
And you and I think we were literally the back row. Like, up against
This
the wall.
wasn't the game right before COVID ended, right? I mean,
No,
COVID
this is
happened.
years ago.
Okay, I was gonna say
Did
'cause
we meet up-
I was at that BC Syracuse game. That was the last BC game I
No,
worked before the
we're
lockdown
old
happened.
men now. We're old men. So we
Yeah.
were going. This is probably 5 or 6 years ago. We were going there. So
Didn't we meet up with Nick, too?
Nick Johnson.
Page. Remember he came
We
over?
saw him. Yeah, we did see him there because he
Yeah.
went to school there.
No, that was a beautiful campus.
Mhm.
That was a good time. Nick Johnson. Great guy.
To fully finishing
I haven't seen
answering,
that kid since high school. Go ahead.
to fully finishing answering your question too.
Yeah.
I also occasionally do like some freelance work too. I work for
For studio?
Boston Light and Sound occasionally. Just if they I get a text and they're like, hey, you around tomorrow? And if I am, I
Okay.
totally.
If it works, it works.
Yeah, that's more of like live sound stuff, like setting up speakers and stuff like that. And I'm usually just like an audio technician there, like setting stuff up. I'm the guy, like I haven't been there long enough to like be the guy that like behind the board or anything. And they can get like really complex with those gigs too. So like I don't even know if I'm like ready for that yet necessarily. And then I also do some freelance work of my own too. Like occasionally like people will send me stuff to mix that like isn't through the studio, and I'm gladly accepting all and any work. And
So
anybody that hits me up, I'm down to work with you.
because this is, and stop me if I'm cutting you off for your next question, but
Nope.
because this is a business and lifestyle podcast, how do you the business side of it? How do you monetize in an industry like you're in? Is it just studio time mostly, or is it you charge hourly for what you do for them, or how does that work?
So like the easiest way to explain it to someone who doesn't really know what like freelancing totally is,
Yep.
is I just tell them like it's basically the gig economy. It's kind of like, and there's all these services like I might be wrong on this, but I think there's something called Upwork. I had a buddy that did something like this where it would be like, oh, we need like a bartender for this hotel like gig, and it's gonna pay like $16 an hour, like plus tips. And like I have a friend that did that and would make like so much money off that stuff, and I was just like, oh, this is awesome. But the gig is a good kind of comparison because it's like on Monday I might have a Boston Light and Sound gig, and I might be setting up like a school's like graduation, like the speaker array, and then the next day I might have to break it down, And then like that might be a half day on Tuesday of me breaking the stuff down. Only takes me 5 hours, and then I'm at the studio at night. And then the next day I might not have anything. So then I might open my phone, and I might like, I also drive for Lyft on occasionally. I might like drive for Lyft. Like, so on the business, like, of it being like
you're a hustler.
I am a hustler,
'cause it's a
essentially.
business,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, it is. So like there was a long time where I was like waiting tables on the side too. And a couple years ago, like before COVID hit, I was pretty much waiting tables like 30 to 35 hours a week. I was doing the studio like in BC also in addition to that, like when I wasn't at the restaurant, and I was working like up to 60 hours like some weeks.
Total.
Yeah, like it was a lot. Like I remember, and I think of October 2019, I worked like 15 days straight, no days off. And I looked at my bank account, I was like, oh, this is awesome. But then the 15th day of like waking up the 15th day and being like, I'm about to work for my 15th day in a row. Like it's just a different type of like exhausted. It's like a mentally, spiritually, physically draining thing.
It's a wall and you hit it.
Yeah, exactly. But now that I've like left the restaurant industry because I want to do audio full time, I think it's like a lot easier now kind of after like we're at the tail end of like COVID where there's all like the live sound events, concerts are all coming back and stuff like that. Like there's definitely more people in the studio now than there was like, I would say like last summer. So
Yeah.
like the work is like more consistent now.
For
They
sure.
can make a living off it. Yeah.
Okay.
But it is like kind of risky in the sense that like, well, like, I mean, if we do go into another lockdown for COVID, like I'm probably like screwed because there's not going to be any work, but even like it can get slower sometimes, and the summer tends to be slower. And like, it's not as consistent as like a 9 to 5 or salary job per se.
Okay.
But because I love what I do, like I'm willing to kind of make that sacrifice.
Sure.
You know, I'd sacrifice the stability over like it's stability versus like happiness and like doing what I love and what I went to school for. Type
Of course.
deal, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was right there with you. Like back in the day, working crazy hours
Yep.
a week, and it's not worth it.
I remember that, man. Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, the issue I came into, which I think I talked about last time, even though I was making a lot of money, I don't know about you. I'm assuming you were smarter than me, but I was spending the same amount of money, if not more, than I was making. So it was just kind of this whole thing for me. But
Yeah. I hear you.
but yeah, no, it's good that you know.
I once also owned a BMW, man. I remember.
Is that what you meant by spending?
And mine I bought mine at 100,000 miles. So
Yeah.
it came through your shop because I sold it to the guy.
Yeah,
Sold
and
to the
he
guy who lived in
actually sold
Nashville.
it too.
Yeah.
Which he got I think he got a 335 after he sold that, but
Yours?
no. So when you sold it to him, it was like perfect. I mean,
Yep.
you took care of it.
I did.
So every time it
his
come
kid,
in,
he sold it to his kid. So I'm just assuming the kid probably like was like
miss it?
hot rodding
ripping
it.
shit. Yeah.
Probably, but
Oh, I miss it. Of
every
course,
time
man.
it came in, it was like, yeah, this car needs nothing. It was in really good shape. So
I
props
did
to you.
my mechanic like the last repair I made, and I was like, I think I'm gonna sell it. My mechanic was like, "Are you sure you're not gonna have to fix anything for a while?" And I was like, "Dude, it's a Beamer. I'm gonna have 2 months of them when I have like another head gasket go or something,
Yeah.
crack or something."
well, so your car, you had the most reliable engine BMW's ever
Yep.
made. I
Yeah.
have so many
Yeah.
clients that have that same exact year, same exact car with over 350,000
Yeah.
miles on it, running like it's brand new.
Yeah. That's what my
Um,
mechanic said. He said like I had a buddy who like bought this new and like same clutch, same transmission. He's like, it's the manual. You buy the automatic, the transmission is gonna go like 60K. The manual will never die. And I was like,
he's not wrong.
yeah. I mean,
But you're saving all the money now with the Prius and the gas.
What do you drive now?
a 2020 Toyota Prius
All-wheel
all-wheel drive E XLE.
All-wheel drive.
So all-wheel drive, does that mean that is it lifted?
It's like
What?
a full inch higher off the ground than the non-all-wheel drive Prius.
Got a lift kit.
Stamp that across the top of the
Yep.
screen right now.
It's got a 1-inch lift kit.
My favorite explanation of the car is 3 motors, still slow.
I think Toyota
slow.
called it the Jeep Wrangler of its year.
What?
Yeah, they said it's better than the RAV4 and the 4Runner in terms of off-roading.
Yeah.
No, just
Off road.
Now, did you buy that or lease it, or what'd you do with that?
I financed it. I
Good.
sold the Beamer for cash, used that as a down payment, had some other money saved up, and
Good.
I would love to lease, but occasionally I
No lease, man.
smoke weed in my car, so I was like, I can't really have that lingering and stuff. They'll probably get mad at me if I bring that to the shop in the reeks a little bit. So, but I'd much rather own the car anyway, like for just all intents and
Absolutely.
Makes more
purposes, of course.
financial sense.
It
Yeah,
makes more
yeah.
financial sense.
It does.
Because the dealership wants you to lease it because they know they'll make more money doing it that way.
They do.
No
What-
way.
what-
And then, of course, I refinanced. You know, as soon as COVID hit, it was like
So how long have you had the Prius? You said it was 2020, so you couldn't have had it that long.
I bought it beginning of March 2020.
Okay, so you had like a year and a half.
I bought it right before it hit the fan. I actually remember. It was so funny because when I went to pick the car up with it had been like inspected and everything. Like when I, I pulled up, like took the Uber there and it's like ready to drive it home. The guy didn't shake my hand because COVID. He was like, you know, that's like the most stereotypical thing in a car dealership. Like you buy the car and it's like shake your hand, like pleasure doing. We've like elbow bumped.
That was so weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I was
That's
like,
the only thing
this is strange. And fast forward to now. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember they were mopping the floor aggressively too
Really?
when I went there. Like they were trying, and they put hand sanitizers everywhere.
It's funny to look back and it's like on COVID. I mean, so it started in March, really, right? That's when everything
Yeah.
locked down. And
Yep.
I've done more in COVID than I did before COVID. I bought a house.
Yeah.
I bought a new car.
Yeah.
We are having a baby. Like all
Yeah.
these things we're doing during COVID.
COVID
Like, when we look
baby.
back in the history books, right? All these things that we accomplished during COVID. It's just like people are gonna ask me. I'm like, it didn't really stop me from doing anything.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
it was definitely very prevalent, but
Yep.
it never stopped me from accomplishing anything I was doing normally.
Yeah.
Right? It made things a lot weirder.
Oh,
Like
it
you said,
did.
the
Totally.
the whole handshake thing. Still to this day, I'm like, do I shake your hand or not? Like,
I know. I just go for a fist bump every time with everybody, just because I assume that they might be a little.
because I'm happy to.
But if someone's not reaching their hand,
yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna turkey them. You know, like a
yeah,
turkey.
yeah,
Turkey.
Moose.
yeah. Some guys are like, whoa. You know, I'm like, all right, I wasn't trying to offend you, man.
Yeah.
I grew up on a handshake.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You're taught.
I
You know,
can't
shake
unlearn
a hand,
this.
look him in the
Yep.
eye, and say, you know, my name is Mr. Tyler Roser. And
Exactly.
I don't
So-
think many people are going to turn down a handshake though, especially since we're starting to get over everything.
yeah.
So
Yeah, and it's like it's spread mostly through you just talking to someone rather than you like touching. And so
yeah, right.
yeah, I think that's a big
Viral, not It's not like Anyway,
Go ahead. Then you had a question.
yes, I have many of questions.
Lay 'em on me.
Go ahead.
What kind of beard oil do you use? No, I'm kidding.
Lush Kalamazoo.
Really? Okay.
I swear by it. I've been using it for 7 years.
What about deodorant?
Deodorant? Dove Cool Silver, not the antiperspirant. I'm strictly deodorant guy because I'm against aluminum clogging your pores.
Same here.
And yeah,
My deodorant is aluminum free.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though is
yours.
that
I don't know.
Okay.
Is that a thing?
yeah, I
making
swear to
that
God.
up?
Post in comments.
I promise.
Do you believe in aluminum-free deodorant?
Mine doesn't look like metal.
Sometimes it says aluminum free on it.
It says right on. Mine does.
Yeah,
Mine does.
yeah. So there's antiperspirant and deodorant, and antiperspirants, most kinds, have aluminum in it, which clogs your pores, and it actually makes your body addicted to deodorant. Not in the sense of like, oh, I need deodorant. Oh, you're gonna be putting it on all the time, but that you sweat more. Your body's trying to sweat through the the aluminum builds up in your pores. This is what my high school physics teacher said. So I'm just
What's his
throwing off.
name?
He said. So it was Mr. Rashid and
Shout out
and
to Mr.
Shout out
Rashid.
Mr. Rashid because he got fired, and then there was Mr. I had Mr. King for the rest of the year.
on?
Well, we won't go into the reasons for that, but
Let's go into the reasons. We're already there. Let's move on.
Mr. Rashid was awesome. Fresh hire, right out of I don't want to dox him too much, but yeah, he was hired right out of college to teach before he even passed the teaching exam with his bachelor's.
for him.
I'm thinking right now, like now that I'm this old, I'm like, God, if I was teaching high school kids at 23, like I would have been a boy too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he came in
There it
like
is.
clearly like. I mean, I was a senior in high school at that point. Like I smoked a lot of weed, and I was like, "You're high, Mr. Rashid." And he made a question one time on a class, and he was like, and this is true. He said, "If Chris, if there's a baby, it was like an acceleration problem. It was like if Chris is pulling a sled with a baby Jesus on it." And is going like this speed or whatever, like how long will it take for it to slow down if the baby
Yeah.
Jesus weighs this much? And I was like, Mr. Rashid, this question is so fucking weird. Like what? And he was just like, yeah,
It is.
I was baked when I was making the questions.
Why did he get fired?
What class is it?
He took me, my friend, and this girl out of class in his car to get pizza one day in class, and that is a big no-no in public schools of taking students with you without paperwork or telling anybody. Going to get pizza, even if it's like for the class. Like there was no harm done, nothing bad happened.
But still leaving the school
We just went to the
grounds.
pizza place. Yeah, that was enough.
Sure.
Of a technicality. Yeah,
You were a senior in high school at the time,
yeah, I was.
so probably 7 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we hope you're doing well out there now, Mr. Rashid.
Yeah, wherever you are, Rashid.
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 I'll never forget when I saw you at Hempfest after, and we had that moment together.
Yes.
Hempfest in Amherst. It was a good time.
Not New Hampshire, right? Mass.
No, Amherst, Mass at
Yeah.
UMass. Yeah.
I was gonna
Home of
say.
UMass Amherst. The cousin school of.
Yeah, he had a brother that went to UMass, so he was like there visiting him, and I
Like
just
an actual
happened.
brother,
I had-
or like
yeah,
religious brother.
he had a twin brother.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
I mistakenly the next year
Also,
went,
Mr.
and then
Rashid.
I went the next year and saw his twin. He was
Yeah.
dressed completely differently. Then I was like, "Oh, Rashid." He was like, "Oh, like who are you?" And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Oh, do you know my brother?" And I was like, "Oh my god, like he does have a twin." It was crazy, but
Yeah.
no.
My uncle in Vegas has literally identical twins. I think the only difference is one of their earlobes is
Yeah,
different.
That's
so
common.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you're the earlobe twin? Is that what they go by? Like,
I don't know.
you know what the earlobes?
I mean, they're too young to determine like who they are. So
How old are they?
12,
Oh,
13?
it's his kids.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
12.
Oh, I think you meant like adults.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no, no,
I think your actual uncle had a twin.
No.
His,
He has
his kids.
twins.
Got you.
So
Okay.
I'm just saying. It's hard to differentiate twins. I was just agreeing with him.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah.
So aluminum free, really?
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. I bought a 6-pack on Amazon, and it was the antiperspirant because I fucked up and I didn't look at
There it
the
is.
listing, and I already opened the box and threw away the return slip, and then I just noticed. So
Are
now-
you a fan?
So that's
I
why
have
you're sweating.
I have 6.
That's why you're sweating like crazy right
six
now.
antiperspirants.
I was gonna say it's not that hot in here.
Are you a fan of the Amazon automatic renewal program?
No.
Good. Okay, talk to me more about that.
As enticing as it is, there is no way in hell that I could go through these products at the speed that Amazon wants me to
Well,
get
you get
them
to
at.
choose your renewal rate.
You do, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a little bit different, but me, I don't think I have that predictable as like a freelancer. Like I really don't think that even like my eating habits, like nothing is truly like predictable.
What do you eat
Like
mostly?
so I do a really good job of I don't even want to call it meal prepping, but like I'll like make some rice and like some chicken and some vegetables and stuff and put it. I always save our to-go containers, me and my roommate, and I'll like bring it to the studio with me. I do a really good job of not getting Chick-fil-A every day, which is like 3 minutes away from the studio. It's so hard. It's right there. It's staring me in the face every day. And I did get Chick-fil-A today, I have to be honest, but
What did you get?
spicy deluxe.
Nice.
I knew that you were going to feed me pizza here, so I didn't get the fries or anything like that.
Good.
So I always try to eat healthy lunch on what day? Wednesdays.
Wednesdays, because you know you're
I'm
coming
having
here.
Pizza, so I had a salad for lunch.
Nice.
I was starving. I was driving up. I'm starving. I was like, I gotta have pizza. You got a question from the viewers?
Nope, not one.
But getting getting takeout every day
So-
adds up totally. So I try to bring my own food from home.
Yeah.
We have a fridge at the studio and like a microwave and
Full size fridge?
yeah. And then like if I were to go absolutely insane, we do have a hot plate at the studio.
Really?
What
What about a pressure cooker?
assume no. We get some interesting people in there. That might not be the best thing to have. I think we have a crock pot too, but like also like
Well, that you kind of.
Wait, crock pot?
Yeah,
We got 7 hours to make
That's what I
a.
was gonna say. Be low and slow all day long.
if I am in there like 12 hours a day, I guess I could throw some
Really?
meatballs in the morning.
There you go.
sometimes.
Okay. So going back to the whole, you were talking about meal prepping, mind,
Yeah.
body, spirit.
Mm-hmm.
What role does healthy living play in you being able to produce your best self, best product every day? Right. If you're working 12 hours
a
in the
good one.
studio, right, you got to be able to, eat healthy, sleep
Yeah.
well. What role does that play?
It's
Versus
like
waking up and drinking all day long.
yeah, it could be that easy, but
Yeah.
that's a really good question, and a really good point, because that is a huge challenge for like people in my field, and I've heard a lot of
Well,
so many
that's-
people
that's
even
what I was
say like
thinking.
I've developed such unhealthy habits because someone will be like, oh, I'm in the studio for
Midnight.
8 hours and the artist orders pizza and like this is my third day in a row the artist has gotten pizza and I'm eating pizza every day and like blah
Yeah.
blah.
You
Then
feel
I'm
like
like-
crap, and you're just
Yeah, and it's what I try to do is like what I have figured out now is like the days that I am going to be at the studio for a full like 12 hours, I'm like, all right, I'm going to bring my own food. Maybe I'll get like dunks on the way and the breakfast sandwich. It's not the healthiest thing, but at least I'll have my like healthy, my rice and chicken and veggies, whatever, like for lunch. And then like when I get home, I love frozen vegetables. And I am addicted to Trader Joe's frozen meals.
Really?
I'll be honest. They're great.
They are good.
There's
Not gonna lie.
nothing that like Trader Joe's makes some really weird, but but like everything is delicious.
And
to me,
shout
and I'm like,
out to Paulie Callahan. He works at Trader Joe's. He's in there every morning, 4 in the morning. We gotta get him on the show.
Who?
Paulie Callahan, Jake's buddy. He opens. He works at Trader Joe's. He goes in every morning, 4 in the morning, preps it all up.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
what a
works-
guy. What a guy.
He works at Trader Joe's and he talks. He loves it there, dude.
Yeah, it's
The
awesome.
Nashua one?
It's a great company.
I don't know. He lives in Amherst. I'm not sure which one he works
Probably,
at.
I'm gonna assume the Nashua.
I
I mean,
would
there's one
assume
in
off the coast of.
Bedford too. That's probably closer.
There is one in Bedford. The one that's near the Friendly Toast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably closer.
I go to the one in Assembly Square. It's like the Mecca. It has
Well, you're in
booze.
Boston. Yeah.
Yeah, I go the mega Trader Joe's, so to speak. But
Nice.
Is it big?
yeah, but like you're right. Even like working out.
Do you work out often, being a music producer? Or?
So I went for a hike the other day. That's how I got this elbow. I went.
Wow,
it was-
fabric. That's a fabric band.
It is, yeah. So it was Monday. You know, it had rained Sunday, pretty fierce.
Okay. Slippery.
Yeah, it
Rocks?
was like what is it? It's near Bradford. Kieran. How do you say? Kiersingen? Carrigan? Yeah.
Like Nancy.
Mount
Kerrigan?
Kerrigan?
Mount Carrigan.
Yes.
Yes.
It's 4,000 footer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like we drove most of the you drive up most of the way and you drive by those beautiful big houses and then like up to like this parking lot and there's like a little like
And then you start.
there's like a couple like charcoal grills and like a playground and stuff. And then you start there, but it was still like a 1.8 mile loop. On the way down though, just slipped on a rock that was wet and then got this. But it's a battle
Marissa
scar.
Was just home.
Yeah, she did Lafayette.
Lafayette. And
Yeah.
She said you guys just did that one.
Yeah.
They didn't make it to the top though because of time.
Lafayette's a good one.
They had to park 2 miles away from the point where you start.
Yeah.
Was parking that bad?
Yeah, she said,
I believe it.
Yeah.
So they had to walk.
The
2
White
mi-
Mountains around this time are just
Yeah,
like,
they walked 2 miles, then started the hike. So they only got like 3/4 of the way up.
Well, you were very lucky. We did Mount Washington on Saturday, and
With
we got
Smith?
there pretty early. Yeah.
oh wow.
No, with Sontag and Hartling.
Which one did you do with T. Smith?
6 others.
Gotcha.
Or no, 5 others. We're actually doing one again on Sunday. I think we're doing the Flume and Liberty.
The flume is awesome.
Yeah.
Laura
No,
and I did that a couple years ago.
I didn't do that one yet.
That's
but
I think I've done the
That's-
one with Val, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Flume-
They all
the
just kind of blur together,
You're
though. I
gonna-
have no idea which one is called which.
You're gonna like the flume.
I'm starting to learn. I've done 6 so far this year. 6 4,000 footers.
Do you leave early?
Nice.
Because the flume is a. Well, I guess you do Mount Washington the same amount of drive. Really?
No, the Flume's closer, I think, because
Probably about a half hour. Not by much.
from here,
Yeah.
it's like an hour and a
Oh.
half, and then
Yeah. I'm sorry.
but
Nashua 2 hours.
yeah,
we
Mount
did that
Washington's
one in
about 2
college.
hours from here.
Yeah, which that was pretty cool. That's on Lauren's and I's bucket list.
It's not that hard.
No, but-
Lafayette's way harder.
No, but like she's always her and her dad tried to do it like 20 years ago, and they didn't bring shoes, the whole big thing. But she's always made it a goal of hers, and I said we are going to do it one day. So
Yeah,
obviously we're not going to do it right now because she's 5 months pregnant.
Mount Washington is so
It'd be a little bit
weird.
difficult.
Yeah.
With one in
Yeah.
the oven.
Well, so doing like every other mountain, like Jackson, Lafayette,
Yep.
Little Haystack, and Lincoln, all those other ones. Mount Washington's so weird because it's so commercialized.
Okay.
You get to the top, there's like gift shops,
Really?
a little restaurant thing.
Do
And
you walk back?
Do they
down?
have an entire wall of like thousands of the stickers that say this car climbed Mount Washington?
I didn't even look.
I'm just assuming you walk in half the gift shop are those stickers.
I was too busy looking at everyone wearing flip flops and tank tops.
Oh
and-
my god.
I was like, "How'd you get up here?" Oh yeah, there's a
Oh, I
road.
drove.
Yeah.
But it's just so funny because like,
up here to get
Was it
my
clear
car
that day?
climbed this.
it was like empowering getting to the top with your backpack and your hiking gear, and you're like, "Yeah, I hiked this," and then it was like, "Oh, you drove up, huh? Oh, it must be nice."
Did you walk back down?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
It's not even like you feel superior, like you literally are
We
superior.
were.
You are.
Absolutely.
What's
and then
the,
Because you did what the car did, but you're a human.
yeah.
So it's a lot harder.
Tuckerman's Ravine.
So we started on
Oh.
Tuckerman's, and
Yep.
then we went Boot Spur, which actually added an hour.
Okay.
And it's a little more rough terrain, but you get like halfway up, and you have all
that-
the views. All the views.
Is that where he did the dance?
No, that was the last hike. I think.
Okay.
What was that?
Do you ski or snowboard?
A
ski?
snowboard.
Would you ever consider like
Absolutely
doing
not.
Tuckerman's? No.
So someone did.
I want to do
Insane,
it.
dude.
Yeah.
Someone
I
did
wanna
it.
do it.
and
Like,
got
Wait, when you were there?
no.
Oh.
So that's where someone broke the world record of getting the fastest speed down a mountain on a snowboard.
No. At
Yeah.
Tuckerman's?
I'm pretty sure it was Tuckerman's.
Not like somewhere in like Colorado. Not like
It was on
not
Mount
like Whistler
Washington.
Blackcomb or anything like that.
Mount
So-
Washington.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. I didn't believe it.
When he lived up there for that year after college, They used to go there with him and Leif and drink beer and watch the guys ski down Tuckerman's because it was so entertaining.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Just falling every 5 feet.
Falling. As he said, I've never seen it in person, but I've seen pictures of it, and it looks like it's just a straight wall.
It is. It's like straight down, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
My uncle's done it, and he's like, you got to do it. And I've skied Jackson Hole, so I know I could do it. But
I'd love to ski there.
dude,
Isn't it
I
nice?
skied it in a. I
Wyoming,
skied the
right?
summit. Yeah, I
Yeah.
skied the summit in a snowstorm.
Wow.
It was so weird because
That was
I'm dying
terrifying.
to go out west. I'd love to go ski out west.
It ruins it for out here.
Really?
Like, yeah, like skiing out here. I'm just like,
I
oh,
think I
all
want
this ice.
I want to go to Utah, Park City, St. Louis,
I've never been there. I want to go.
Salt Lake
so bad.
City.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that whole area and just go ski out there. Maybe Aspen and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more touristy, but
the weirdest thing was like hiking up and being probably over halfway, or not, maybe about halfway up, and you look over and you see Wildcat, and you're way over Wildcat, and you're like,
really.
oh,
Wow.
it's not that
The
big.
ski resort?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's crazy.
That is the best mountain to ski if you want a view of Mount Washington while you're skiing, because it's like right in your face. It's like from here to him.
Yeah.
It's
No, literally.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And so Laura and I went to the summit of Wildcat when we skied there. Pretty sure I had COVID during that, by the way.
You had COVID?
On vacation that week. It was like before COVID was like a big thing.
Oh, before
That was
you knew
it was
about
like it was like the end of February before COVID like became publicly like.
Oh.
I still think Val and I were in
Yeah.
LA in late February, and she
Yeah.
got so sick when we came home.
So we did.
And then turns out we saw like a thing on the news like months ago.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, CDC thinks that
It's been there since
COVID was
December,
spreading
and-
in LA in late February, and I was like, see, Val, we were literally in downtown LA in late February. There was no way in hell we didn't get it.
We did Mount
Oh,
Washington
jeez.
and we did Disney, and I was like, I was deathly sick in on that day at
Yeah.
Wildcat.
Did you,
Loved it.
no.
That was a good mountain. That's a skier's mountain. Let's take
Yeah,
it.
no, yeah.
It's like where the
I
locals
haven't
go.
done it yet, but
What?
I've always heard really good things about it. I've seen pictures at the top, and it looks like a huge mountain. But
Yeah.
like just going up Mount Washington makes you realize how small other mountains are. It's
Oh, yeah.
kind of crazy.
Is that what you were gonna say? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, I was
but
gonna say,
You were going up Mount Washington. You looked over at Wildcat.
No, that
You're
was
only,
it.
You're only halfway up. It makes you realize how small it is.
right.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no, I was gonna ask if you oh, I can't think of it. Never mind. Go ahead.
No, it was an awesome mountain to ski. I remember we went there for that purpose. Lauren said that her dad always told her that it's the best mountain to go ski if you're.
Yeah.
And so we were just literally we went to the top, and it is like a long way down where you just get to enjoy the entire ride. It literally takes you a half hour to get down. And
Half hour to
Oh.
get down. Jeez.
That's how long. It's like 3 miles. It's called like 3 miles down, I think.
It took me
Okay.
45 minutes to get from the summit of Jackson Hole to the bottom.
Yeah. It's no joke. It's like we had to
Skiing?
stop. We stopped.
That was during a snowstorm, though. So
Lauren actually
probably
hated
had
that
like
trail
10
because it
minutes.
took
but-
so long.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah.
My brother went to Colorado. He went to Breckenridge,
Mhm.
and he said you're going up on the chairlift, and you see like a cloud line, and you go up through the cloud line, and,
Yep.
and then you keep going.
That's exactly how
that's
Jackson
how
Hole is,
that's
yeah.
how
That's
high up
crazy.
you go.
Yeah,
So it's a whole new level. He says the same thing as here in a way, but it's just way bigger.
it is. Yeah, it's just the scale. Like,
Yeah.
we just don't have
Yeah.
mountains that big for
Exactly.
the Appalachians aren't that big, I guess, compared to the Rockies.
Still fun though. I love skiing.
Oh yeah, I'll ski anyway. I mean, I'm from Worcester. I grew up on Wachusett. Like
There you go.
that's good enough for me, you know.
So Pat's Peak.
Oh yeah.
That's my go-to mountain.
Yep.
I love
It's the
Pat's
closest,
Peak.
you know. Yeah.
Very affordable too.
Pat's Peak. Oh yeah. We go. We're not gonna go much this year because we're gonna have the new one, but I'm gonna try to sneak up as much as I can.
To circle all the way back around to your question, though,
Yeah, no, please
I
do.
also occasionally try to do as much yoga as possible as
Do
well.
you really?
I love yoga.
So, talk to me about a lot of people associate when I ask that question about wellness and health is body, not bodybuilding like Jake does, but lifting heavy weights. And you know, I've kind of over the last couple of years kind of been more exposed to like the Tom Brady route, where it's like resistance bands,
Yep.
stretching, keeping yourself pliable. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you believe more in that, or do you believe more in like the?
In
You see the lug nuts, right? They're
Yeah.
and they can't move.
in a perfect world where if you have like every single day of your life an hour of the day where you can like go to the gym like consistently and you want to lift and bulk up and stuff, like, because that is a real commitment and takes time. And in high school, like senior year, like I would go to the Y like 5 days a week, and I was like a lot skinnier than I than I was now, but I was able to like put on a lot of muscle and stuff, and like, but it takes that level of dedication in terms of you just wanting to stay like kind of healthy and not kind of like growing a pant size like every couple of years or something. Like I say for sure like go the endurance
Yoga.
route and of like yoga and just like because yoga is so like slow that it actually can be a really intense workout because you're moving.
Well, it's core oriented
So
too.
yep, so slow and like so like everything is about not kind of tensing up and staying as like loose as possible. And like I at the end of some like 30-minute yoga workouts, I am tired, and I'm just like surprised that like I am this tired off of like this slow kind of repetitive movement.
Now, is it hot yoga or just like
that's
regular?
my next two questions. Do you go with Val, your significant other?
So I used to do hot yoga with her
Okay.
occasionally.
Because I know she's a huge fan of hot yoga.
I did that a couple
I'm
times.
good with that.
And then I like the thing is like me and her we would go on Fridays like when I was in college like sometimes. That was the first time I ever did yoga. Was the Bikram yoga.
Okay.
My first time, and then I was the only new person out of like I would estimate there were 30 people in there. So of course they're not gonna be like, oh, we got one new guy, we gotta go easy. No, they went full force.
Yep.
And I was like going to the gym like sort of consistently. Surprisingly.
Now,
different
was
animal,
that pre-aluminum, anti-aluminum?
I've actually been off the aluminum deodorant for a while.
It's aluminum free, but
aluminum free, yes.
I've been on it for a while too.
Yeah, so
I've been told it's not good for you. It's not good for your body.
it's not. No, I mean all right. If it was like iron, you know, I'm like, all right, my
You might
body
not-
needs that. But
you might
aluminum,
not-
I've never heard of my doctor being like, oh, you need more aluminum in your diet. Like no one says that. No one's ever like, oh, like that aluminum foil, you know, you should be like crumb. Your
Well, my
teeth,
doctor
your teeth hurt
asked
when you
was
eat
like-
that. It's like
My doctor was like, "Do you sweat a lot?"
Obviously.
Clearly. No.
Do you?
Sorry,
Have you ever checked
go ahead.
your deodorant?
I don't care. Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
oh, no, but during what really got me into yoga was during quarantine. I had 3 roommates. We were all cabin fevered up in Brighton. Like 2 of us laid off. Like I certainly lost all my gigs. And we were like, what can we do? Like to not just be sad and like just like have this cabin fever. And we started doing yoga every day. Like every day for like
at home. Okay.
at home. So like our tiny living room in Brighton, like we would like move the coffee table and put our yoga mats like inches, like we were like hitting each other and stuff when we were doing it, and we were motivating each other every day. Like, all right, come on, we got to do it, man. And like, so I probably did it for like 2 months straight every day, and I really like I saw results.
Really?
Like I saw like I like had like flat stomach, like I felt great. Like it's really crazy what just even a month straight of yoga can do to you. And then 2 months, I was like a whole new person.
Are you still doing it now?
No, not as consistently, but I still probably I would say do it like at least 2 or 3 days a week.
Does Valdo still do it as much?
So she does her own at-home workouts. She has this workout app. I forget what it's called, but sometimes I'll be with her and I'll do the workouts with her. They're really good.
Really?
They're really intense, like 20 minutes, like you're going hard for all those 20 minutes, and I'm like dead at the end of those 20 minutes.
Does Mel do it as well?
I think she does. I think they have that same app.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mel does. Yeah.
She does.
I wish I could say the name of that.
No,
app.
I was
could-
kidding. I was thinking of Melvin. I was thinking
Oh,
of
Melvin the
Oh, the
cat.
cat. The cat.
Melvin.
Her
Not
best friend and her cat have 2 similar names.
Yeah.
You know, it does get confusing.
I was like, wait, I thought Melvin was a boy.
Yeah.
That's when it hit me. Anyway, go ahead.
What? Me?
All of you.
Let me ask you the question. What's the future for you? What's the next 5-10 year outlook? Where do you want to be in 5-10 years in terms of music producing going?
I mean, you could get
let's just
anybody that makes music on this podcast, and they will all say, "I want a Grammy."
You during
I-
COVID though, you've taken a leap now, going full time into music producing.
I have, yeah.
So like, what is the next? What's your goal in the next 5 years?
My goal is to be so busy that I actually have to start rejecting people. Like, I have to be like, "I'm sorry. I'm gonna be in like LA this week. I can't work with you. I go like, or et cetera, et cetera." But I think my goal is I just want to work with as many people as possible, and definitely like it doesn't matter who it is. Like, I believe that everybody kind of equally has the chance, since the internet exists now, of your song can suck, and if you're a marketing genius, it will blow up.
Okay.
And then your song can be, I've worked with people who I'm like, this song is amazing. Like, we really made something really, really good, really cool, and it gets like 6 streams. And it's just like the nature of the game. It's just, it kind of is how it is. I would just love some recognition, because I've had some people that I've done like really well, but I haven't had that one client that's like gotten their song in like a commercial or like on like a show, or
Sure.
gotten like over like a couple million streams.
Not yet.
I had someone get 500,000, and I was super hyped because I like produced it, and then I found out that they bought the plays on SoundCloud, and I was like, ah.
You can buy plays on SoundCloud.
I don't know if you can now, but this was like years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would that be for? Just like
I don't know. I think it would make you, if you buy the plays on SoundCloud from like bots, like bots playing your stuff, I think it definitely improves your algorithm in terms of like real people finding you and listening to you, because
I feel like they would know though if they're fake or real, wouldn't they?
I think so. What I've noticed is like bots tend to be stereotypically like, if someone, and there's like a YouTuber and they buy plays and like views and comments and stuff, you'll notice that the accounts are all Russian, and that's the giveaway always. Is like the like and view farms are always either Russian accounts or like kind of sketchy. You can almost like tell that they're fake, like they're not real people.
Yeah. We get about 10 likes a week, so they're probably all 10 Russians.
Seriously? Can you tell who they're from?
If you were getting like 10,000 in like 1 hour in that span, then it would be fake. But if it's like, so a good example I can give you, and I will never dox anybody, but I've seen this artist do this, and sometimes it can work. I saw this artist, they're from Mass, so help narrow it down, but they are successful. They've been in some Spotify playlists, and I know for a fact that they bought followers and likes on Instagram, and it worked. And they got on big Spotify playlists. They've had some big features, and they're pretty, I would say they're kind of up there now.
So that's
moved to LA, and like they're living the dream now. And like, so like sometimes you can
fake it.
You sometimes you can fake it, but the thing about this artist is they actually are talented. I just don't think they really knew how to market themselves well enough. And that's what we can help you do at Red 13, is find your audience and like market to them and build you a real fan base.
Who owns this
But
studio?
If you don't, Mark Roberg,
Okay.
Sean Lichtenstein, Jim
Partners.
Foster, yeah, and then Johnny Roberg.
Okay.
So Johnny and Mark are brothers. They're really good work. Johnny does all of our kind of, he's the one that will do like your Facebook promotion campaign, like your Instagram promotion campaign.
Oh, okay.
Your YouTube campaign. He's the marketing wizard, and he can help you with website design and stuff like that. And then Mark also can help with that, and he's the one who's really gonna kind of help you put your vision together.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
but like
pretty cool.
there's four main partners kind of, and then Sean's the senior engineer. She's like the head honcho there and stuff, and then I'm one of the staff engineers.
Gotcha.
There's two more of us as well.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
It's a cool title to have, the engineer at the end.
Yeah,
It's whatever.
I would. Yeah.
How do they know where to market it, like per artist?
So everybody, whether you're like a rapper or a country artist or something, like the thing about
Or both.
what's so beautiful about Facebook is everyone with a Facebook account, Facebook knows who you are. And so all we have to do is, I don't do this, so I just kind of know the very, very basic kind of concept of it, but Facebook knows who you are, and we know who the artist is and what their sound is, and we can just basically we can get you seen by people who will probably like you, and then they will engage with you. And then it's up, at the end of the day, it's up to them, because we also, as an option, can get you fake plays and stuff. We offer that as an option, but we will straight up tell you, like, this won't help you as much as give you real people to engage with. You can have all these, like I said, like there is that one Massachusetts artist that kind of bought their way to success, and that can work for some people if you have a really good sound and you are talented. But if you have a really good sound and you are talented, and if you don't want to do that, or if you are doing that and that isn't working for you, you just need real fans. Like any artist needs real fans. Like you need people who are listening. Yeah. Like, who's your favorite artist?
Mine?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
I don't know. I hop around like every week.
So who have you been listening to the most, like right now?
I don't know. I listen to a lot of like 80s rock. To be honest with you, that's my favorite.
Well, still, like those people still need fans and need engagement and stuff.
Yeah.
So like, but that's what I'm saying is everybody has fans everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just the trouble is finding them. And that's the hardest part for anybody that makes music.
Finding them and then keeping them.
And then keeping them, because everyone's attention span is so short.
Tangible.
Well, that's the thing. Like I said, it changes by the week, right? But I think my go-to is like 80s, 90s rock. Mm-hmm. So That's kind of like what I put on when I want to be comfortable, relaxed. But I will I throw on like today's hits if I need to, see what's going on in the
I
world
thought it was
today.
all Frank Sinatra. Forgive me.
Well, that's when I'm in my office getting work done. I put Sinatra on the background, get the pup down beside me, and just hop on James Mello.
That's what you listen to when you cut your lawn.
Sinatra? No, I listened. So when I cut my lawn.
Oh, he's awesome.
I listened to the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Shout out to Felger, Mass.
Oh, nice. Hey, did you hear they fired Cam Newton?
Patriots did. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear that Tom Brady switched from the Patriots to was it the Buccaneers?
No way.
You heard it. You heard
What?
it here first.
He's not on the Pats anymore.
No. By himself?
Nah, you're lying, bro.
No, Gronk went with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shut the
That makes
No,
sense.
Gronk retired.
He
Gronk said
came out
was
of
done.
retirement.
Here it is.
Anyway.
Did you guys hear that Cam Newton got COVID twice?
He did, and he still won't get the shot.
Oh my god.
He didn't get the shot?
Every morning?
I thought it was required
he
to
gets
get
it
the
every
shot.
day.
No, I'm in a fantasy league and we actually today had we have an IR spot because we forgot about I have some anti-vaxxers on my team and
Who's
I
your
need
keeper?
What?
Who's your keeper?
My keeper? What do you mean
I don't know.
Goalkeeper. Go ahead.
Oh, I got McCaffrey. I'm not even
Sorry.
huge into football, but
So
I have Christian McCaffrey, so I'm projected to win the league. That's all I know. I got first pick.
My
so.
father-in-law, the league he's in, they get a keeper every year, so they get to pick one person from the year before. To
Okay.
Keep. So that's
Okay.
what I thought it was like a national thing.
No, we don't.
Okay.
No.
That makes sense. So it's,
I would have had Mahomes be my keeper then if I was gonna keep someone from last
Christian
year.
McCaffrey used to play with Cam Newton, who went to Auburn.
Yep.
Who played, and Jared Stidham went
They're
to
on
Auburn.
They're on Carolina together, right?
Carolina Panthers?
Yeah, Panthers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, Cam Newton went to Auburn, who Jared Stidham went to Auburn as well. He's the backup quarterback for the Patriots, who originally came from Baylor. RG3 went to Baylor, right? So, and then he played for the Redskins, Coach Ron Rivera.
Yep.
Ron Rivera then coached Cam Newton, so there's your full circle.
Then Cam Newton got fired.
Now he's a free agent.
Good for him.
Who wants him?
Do you have any inside drama on because you're a music producer on people right now? How come Zendaya doesn't do more albums?
Zendaya.
She's got a heck of a voice.
She does.
There it
She's
is.
she's a great actor too. I watched Euphoria and I was blown away by Euphoria.
I was blown away by Spider-Man. Wow.
You haven't seen Spider-Man. Oh my god! I just remember the memes after being like, "Zendaya, marry me, please, Zendaya, please." Like everyone was so thirsty.
Settle
for
the
her.
debate for me. Is it Spider-Man or is it Spider-Man? Like a thing, like a.
As a Spider-Man.
Okay.
I'm saying
So he's a
Spider-Man.
man that's a spider.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a man spider.
But he's a boy. He's a kid.
Right.
The new one, yeah. But I mean,
Toby Parker.
I wouldn't say like Tobey Maguire is like
No, what's his name? Peter Parker.
Peter Parker.
Thank you.
Toby Parker. Tobey Maguire was like
Yeah,
I feel like
Tom.
he was like 28. Like when
He was the original Spider-Man.
Then
Yeah,
he ran
yeah.
over
Tom Holland.
Mary Jane Swanson.
no.
Sam-
Yeah, he had
No, it's
like
Mary
a
Jane.
public freak
Yeah.
out and almost ran someone over.
Oh, really?
Oh,
No.
the paparazzi was like standing in front of his car and
By himself?
All right, the paparazzi can drive anybody mad. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm seeing. I mean, how would you feel if you had like 30 people with cameras like outside your house?
Yeah, I mean,
like,
give the guy a chance.
Poor guy.
yeah.
Never saw it coming.
Never saw it coming. He's really struggling now.
Yeah, I heard he's hurting for money.
Did you hear that? Where'd you hear this?
Oh no, they had to sell their house in Malibu. Oh,
On
no.
Zion.
Their $14 million house had to sell.
Oh, and they had to go under for 12 mil. Oh no, that's
What's
so
the latest
sad.
with Britney Spears?
I've heard she's been freed. Britney
Okay.
has been freed.
Freed of her father.
Yes.
Yes. Good for her.
I really
Not Scooter
and
Braun.
it's unfortunate. Scooter Braun is a
good
prison
dude.
guard in.
You don't like Scooter?
I just know that if you work with Scooter Braun, he is going to get a percentage of whatever you're doing. That's all I.
Of course he is.
Whether
he is.
it's
Unless if you're doing numbers like Justin Bieber, it does matter.
Now, does Justin Bieber?
Scooter Braun is set for life just off of his tiny little percentages he gets off of
yeah.
everybody.
No, he's
I can
a
promise
smart
you.
guy. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he does. He does. As a businessman, great, amazing.
Yes.
Good job.
Yes.
As a human
As
being?
a human,
No.
yeah, it's like
So where
I
do
can
you
respect it, but-
where do you invest your money? You invest in the stock market, in real estate, in yourself. What do you invest in?
big crypto guy. Over
Are you really?
Here. Yeah.
Good for you.
Uh,
Bitcoin or donkey bit
NFTs?
or
not the Doge. I'm not one of the not the Doge or the Shiba or the Safe Moon. I'm not
When you
one of
say
those
Doge,
people.
you mean
know,
Doja
so-
Cat?
No, Dogecoin.
Okay.
Doge. And some people are like, doggy coin? No. I jokingly put in $37 in the Dogecoin in April 2020, and then it became 930, and I was like, this is so stupid. So I sold it. If I had held it, my $37 would have became $17,000 if I had just waited and when it became like 75 cents. But
Wow.
You're our second viewer, right? Second viewer to be.
I bought it as a joke. That's why I only bought $37 because Dogecoin is meant to go down. It was designed to always be cheaper because it can be minted infinitely, like the coins. It's not like Bitcoin where it's like there are this many Bitcoins that just need to be mined, and eventually they all will be mined. Ethereum kind of works the same way, but Dogecoin is like it was a joke, and then the guy who created it said it was a joke. He cashed out on. I'm pretty sure there was like this thing where the creator of Dogecoin sold everything to buy a 2008 Honda Civic.
Do you have any Bitcoin?
I do.
You do. And
I've had it for a while.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Like 10 years?
So my first in 2013, that long ago, if I had held from then to this day, I would be very rich. But
very rich.
My friend and I did the whole Silk Road thing. He bought some substances using Bitcoin and in high school.
What do you mean by substances?
Bought some illegal things you're not supposed to buy and certainly not have sent through the mail. And
Gotcha.
But hey, I was a minor, so I can talk about this openly now, so it can't be incriminated now. So FBI, we're good. But but now, and when I was a senior, I saw it spiking again.
Yep.
2017, 2018 thing, and I bought it at like 4,000. I threw in $1,000, and then it became 3,000, and then I cashed out, and then I took Val and I on our spring break vacation, paid for the whole thing. Yeah, in Colorado. Sick. I met her sister there too.
How did that feel?
It was great, dude.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
It was awesome. That was a total bubble though back then.
Her sister, her husband is like high up in the cannabis business.
Yeah,
right?
Isn't he big out there?
Yeah, he's
California
big time legal cannabis.
California?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Originally Colorado.
Yep.
They got one of the first licenses in Colorado to make like dabs.
Which is
like
what for the viewers out there if they don't know.
It's like the oil. So
a dab is not like one of these.
No, it's not like that thing. It's a dab is very concentrated. The best way to describe dabs to someone that doesn't know what it is what crack is to cocaine is what dabs is to weed. So dabs, like you smoke like weed grows, it's a plant. Grind it up, smoke it. Okay. Dabs requires a very intensive chemical like treatment process, and I've seen a lab in which they develop it, and it has to be like when Val they showed me, they brought me into the place and they showed me all the machinery and stuff, and I was like, this is insane. Like
there it is.
But it is the most potent form of marijuana that you can.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Strong.
It's strong. So like you like torch the little like thingy, you heat it up, and then you take your dabs, you drop it in, cap it, and then as opposed to like you might need to smoke a whole joint or a whole blunt or whatever, or like a couple bowl packs of weed to feel high, like you only really need one dab.
Okay.
So like dabs are for people, like I would say they're like the best like for like people with cancer and stuff, like people with like, who really need like the high potency like medical
pain
stuff, like yeah. Who like really need the high powered stuff, like dabs are your way to go.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay.
But they were doing that out of Colorado. They had 710 labs, and then they had Oleo and other fields in California. That's what they're doing now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a massive business just getting started out, really. I know like Corey we had on, kind of dabbled in it a little bit. But yeah, I mean, that's fascinating topic because it's a hot topic out there right now, and it's very big in the both governmental world and economic world where people are everyone's trying to get into it, right?
Everybody, yeah. My friend I went to school with, he dropped out sophomore year. He went the like marijuana route, and he worked he worked for Patriot Care in Lowell for a long time as like a trimmer, and he like kind of worked his way up.
What's a trimmer?
As a so it's like you get the weed and it's like on like the stems, and like you have to like cut the stems off to like make it, because like no one wants to like smoke stems, or if you go to a dispensary you want just like the nugs of the weed. You don't want, because like it's sold by weight,
nugs,
so you don't want the weight that is included to be like stems and leaves and like the bullshit that you can't
like
smoke.
Broccoli kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly like broccoli. It is exactly like broccoli. You don't want to eat the stems. You want the florets.
That's right.
It's a great comparison. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's perfect.
For a guy who's never done drugs, so I appreciate that.
Exactly. So But now he is essentially going to run the growing operation at West Coast Cure in
Okay.
Westport,
Westport, Maine.
Westport, Mass.
Wow.
So that's right next to New Bedford.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yep. Nice spot.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
so
So he lives in New Bedford
He's
now.
going to be doing pretty well then.
He is, yeah.
Nice.
So and then, but it's funny right now he's like building the warehouse to like grow the weed in, but they're going to be vertically integrated. They're going to have their own warehouse where they grow it.
Okay. How is it taxed right now?
Oh my god, in Mass it's like 20%.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Great for the state, bad for the consumer, but
It is what it is.
it is what it is. Exactly.
Well, you still have the black market too, so
Oh.
you can
It
bypass
is.
that.
Yeah. This is true. If you know a guy, then you
know a
will
guy.
save money as opposed to
I know a guy who knows a guy.
waiting in line and then like getting your ID scanned and then you gotta do the whole hassle of if you don't have cash, you gotta do the ATM thing there and like that. Yeah,
Can you
'Cause,
pay the ATM fee?
yeah, because marijuana is still federally illegal, even though all these states have it. You can't run a credit card at a dispensary because credit cards are FDIC insured.
Yep.
So let's say some fraud happens at a dispensary and your card number gets stolen or whatever.
Okay.
It's not backed because you technically were using your credit card for a
Illegal.
federally illegal thing, so it's not covered.
So they're not going to do anything.
A lot of banks were refusing to let dispensaries open accounts.
Really?
And
They wouldn't lend them money or anything.
so this, I think, I'm no expert on this. I'm just going off of what little info I have. I think this just changed. So I think now, federally in the U.S., I think dispensaries and marijuana companies can have bank accounts now that are FDIC insured, but I think before, like, they were essentially just stockpiling this massive amount of... I would just assume that there was trash bags full of money in the office. Because what alternative do you have to a bank account?
It's very, very new.
Yeah.
Like, think about how long tobacco's been around, right?
Exactly.
Go back to 1800s or
Oh,
1700s.
before, yeah, before, yeah.
When it was federalized or legalized and not legalized.
When
It was
the
there.
Europeans were sailing over here, I mean, one of the first things they did
Correct.
when they met the Native Americans and stuff, where they were sharing their peace pipe with tobacco and stuff.
yeah?
Like it's
Oh, yeah.
as old as time. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've had a great time having you on, man. It's been an awesome
Dude,
time
thank you,
talking
yeah.
to you, chatting with you, getting to know you.
Of course.
We already knew you a little bit, but it's good having you on for the public to see.
Yeah, dude. Thank you for having me.
We appreciate you trekking out here. Dan, do you have any questions for him before we...
I had a few more, but you were a little over an hour.
You want to rapid fire them off? I can probably just fire them off.
How
Okay,
difficult?
so
We'll do it. We're gonna do a new segment
go,
here.
let's go,
2
let's go.
minutes with Dan.
Lightning
Dan-
round,
Dan-
lightning round.
Dan's gonna
Yeah.
fire up as many questions as he can within 2 minutes. Go.
I don't know
All
if I
right,
can
one
do
sentence
that.
answer. One sentence answer. Let's go.
1 cent. No,
Yeah.
that's
Come on.
difficult for you. How difficult is it to switch up a whole? Hang on, I have it.
So
written
far, he's
down.
not doing so well.
Yeah, this is not going to be good.
We're running out of time here.
Yeah. Is it difficult for you to be working with a client on this one song and then he decides to change everything about it? Have you ever had that issue?
I have, and we just gotta like kind of, it's like the nature of the game. It's like I am here at the end of the day to help you, like finish your song, which is like your product, and I just want you to make it as close to what you want as possible. And if you want to completely change it, then we gotta roll with it. But like
And at the same
you're
time,
hiring me to help you at
Great
the end
answer.
of the day. So
It's a matter of how much he wants to pay though, because he.
well, I mean, if I can't just be like, we got 30 minutes left, bro. There's no way in hell. So I gotta be like, well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, we gotta do a few more hours. Or something.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Go. Next. Boom.
All right, next.
No. Okay. How long have you been working at the company that you're with?
Red
now?
13.
Red 13.
Red 13, my 3-year anniversary is in like 11 days.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
No, we're gonna celebrate that for a
Okay.
second.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Congratulations. on
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Huge accomplishment.
Thank you.
Um,
Yeah. It's been
that.
great.
How's
It's been 3
your
years.
all your background stuff going? Like the side gigs.
It's going great. I'm still making my own music too. And I will plug, I got a song coming out with my buddy Hatch. That's coming out in
HATCH.
HATCH.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, that's going to be coming out in 1 month, 2 months.
I remember seeing
No slated release date, but we got a music video.
We
so
can drop it
keep
here
an eye
first
out.
if you want. No.
Oh, we could.
for $100 of you. I'm kidding. I saw
That's a little low. No,
it's a little low.
just kidding.
I saw a back in the day. I don't know. It was like probably high school years, maybe. No, probably college. I don't know. I forget.
Get to
It
the
was
point.
definitely college. You were in college. You dropped a music video with all your boys, I think.
Oh, it sure would.
You had
Yep.
the i8 or something, or a Hellcat.
No, it was a GTR.
GTR. That's
yeah,
what it was. Yeah.
Jobs.
That was
Yep.
sick.
Yeah, GTR.
Yep,
you guys
that's my
just
voice.
ran. You went up to someone and you're like, "Hey, can we use this for a music video?"
So
He's like,
I was
"Sure."
I was in class, and my building was right next to a speedway, and I saw that GTR pull up, and I'm sitting in class, and I'm first just talking, I'm just like, "Oh, it's a beautiful GTR," and I was like, I literally like tore out a page from my notebook, wrote "want to be in a music video," like number, and then like the GTR somehow was still. I mean, this guy must have not had a parking pass or whatever, and was just parking at the speedway, and I went out and put it on the windshield.
Yeah.
I got a text, and it was like, "Hey, you want my car to be in a music video?" I was like, "Yeah."
Nice. That's
awesome.
so sick.
That's awesome.
That made the music.
Nissan GTR, my favorite car.
Made
Nice.
the music
Okay.
video.
Nice.
It did. But yeah, those are my.
That's a great lesson. You know, don't be afraid to go after
yeah,
what you want. You
never
know?
be afraid to just ask. Like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That is 100%
Michael
true.
Scott.
Yep,
Will
Michael
Smith.
Scott. Yep.
All right, guys. We got to wrap it up here. We don't want to go too long. We appreciate you coming on. We want to get you home, though. So thank you very much again to, first of all, Chris, and second of all, our sponsors. And third of all, Derek, our sound guy. Thank you very much for coming out
Thank
again.
you, Derek.
Yeah. Thanks, Apex Studios.
And Dan, do you want to...
I'll close this out.
Hang on. Chris, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram. My username is at chr.spy. You can find me on Twitter if you want. I recommend Instagram. I'm a little bit of a loose cannon on Twitter, but that is also CHR_SPY. And yeah, my music is coming out very soon, and that is on SoundCloud.com/C-K-D. I go by CKD. That is my producer name.
Okay.
CKD.
CKD, we appreciate you coming on. We, I think I speak for both of us when I say we had a great time talking to you. And going
Time
through,
flies
yeah,
when you have a
Yeah.
good time.
going through
I had a great
some
time.
memories
Thanks for
and-
having me.
I think, like I say, or like we say to all of our guests thus far, I think we'd love to have you back at some point, and
I'd be happy to
get
be
you back
back
on, check
anytime.
back in, see how things are going. So, I had an awesome
Oh, yeah.
time, and for with that, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, thanks for joining us for episode 9.
Yeah.
Join us next week for episode 10. We're gonna do something special, most likely, because
Yep.
it's a kind of a
Episode
milestone
10,
for us.
We get some surprises up our sleeves.
We don't know what it is, but it's gonna be a surprise.
Well, Dan and I have a big golf meeting tomorrow, so
Huge tournament. Bless you.
never sneeze on camera.
Gosh.
No, we have a big golf
Not yet.
meeting tomorrow, so we appreciate everybody tuning in, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week for the big episode 10.
Awesome. Thanks, guys, and be great.
God bless and be great.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Well, thank-